Hello and welcome back to the RPG Academy podcast, Twitch channel, YouTube channel, podcast, I don't know, whatever. Playing more Final Fantasy today. We'll be probably grinding out another level or two. Kind of depends on how fast it goes. And I don't know, chat about whatever. I'm obviously happy to talk about anything nerdy. Comic books, movies, video games, TV shows. I have not watched last night's episode of Outsider, so please no spoilers there. I've been rewatching The Mentalist for some reason. I just recently completed an entire rewatch of the Smallville TV show. Um, Watched Sonic, and it wasn't terrible. So yeah, happy to chat about whatever. But in the meantime, we're gonna grind a little bit, get some more gil. Now that I've realized that I only need 1,500 to get my spells rather than 4,000, because I was thinking of the next level. We'll probably get a few more spells. I'd like to at least get, I'll get at least one level, maybe two. Just depends on how fast things go. So the benefit of those third level spells is that they're global, that if I use it, I'll be able to take out pretty much this entire thing. But at this level, I only have two of them. I did play for like 2 minutes before I turned on the stream because I wanted to check something, and I used that because I got into a big fight. Excuse me. But for the most part, I want to save those until I get like a lot of powerful enemies or something that's just strong enough that I'm worried that it's going to take me out. Well, hello, sir. It has been a long time. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Um, hmm. Just making sure since there is, does the stream look right? Because for some reason it looks kind of weird in OBS to me right now. I just want to make sure that it's viewable and that you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm paranoid. I'm moving everything around. All right. Well, it looks like Dirty Habanero was with me for a second. Oh, okay. So yeah, so you should be able to see the game. You should be able to see me up in the corner, and then you should be able to obviously, hopefully, see chat. It looks like I was not all the way at the very top. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. So happy to have you back with me. Are you coming to Gen Con this year? See, I'm just floating in the ocean here. See, this is a fight worth using that spell because it will pretty much deplete me, but I'll get enough gold that it's worth the effort. All right, I'm gonna move this just a hair because I'm cutting off. Nope, I am not good at this OBS thing. There we go. Okay. So for some reason, it's cutting off the chat a little bit, but I can read it. You're going to be at Origins and Gamehole also. I will not be going to Gamehole. I think that always conflicts with something or it's too close to something else for me. But we'll definitely be at Origins this year. Oops. I got a press badge again, so that always makes it easy. Plus, which I'm not as close now that I've moved to Southeast Kentucky than I was when I was in Cincinnati, but I'm pretty close to Columbus, so it's not a big deal to drive up there. So I'll be up there at least some of it. I don't know if I'll be up there the entire week because that's when it starts on Wednesday, I think. But I'll probably be up at least Friday, Saturday, and then come home on Sunday, maybe even Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll see. And then, of course, Gen Con. I never missed that once I started going like 5 years ago. I say that like I've been going forever. But it's one of my favorite events of the year. Of course, my actual favorite event is Catacon. Got to get that plug in early. It's probably a waste to use that spell here, but I'm going to anyways. Just because my guys have been acting kind of weak here. So if I'm looking at things correctly, there's a couple other people who are watching. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to chat, feel free. If you don't, that's cool as well. Happy to have you here just listening to me ramble. But I do enjoy chatting with people. It seems to like make things go a little smoother and faster. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them. This channel is primarily role-playing games like actual tabletop, so I can certainly talk about that. But again, movies, TV, video games, general nerd stuff. I may not know, but I'll certainly talk about it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm going to move chat up so that I can get to the bottom now because the messages are about to hit. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's such a small con. You kind of have to, it's like a destination event. You kind of have to plan to go specifically to it. And there's a lot of other events around it that are bigger and better attended. And just, people have relationships with them. If you've been going to another con for 5 years, doesn't make sense for you to suddenly switch and come to ours. I'd love for you to, but I get it. Yeah, but the Kickstarter goes live in less than a month now. Well, this month, I should say, the 26th of this month. The goal is 3 p.m. Eastern time. And, pretty much it's exactly the same as last year. There's very little difference. But I'm hoping that we will do as well, if not better, on the Kickstarter this year than last. Though last year was our best year. So, if we get even equal to, I will be tremendously happy. And our goal is a little higher than last year, but not as high as what we got last year. So I'm hoping that will equal out and be a good goal for us. All right, one more time, I'm going to move things around. There we go. So what's the drive to Dayton, Ohio then for you? I'm sure you've told me once before where you live, but I don't remember. For anyone else that is watching and listening, I met Dirty Habanero at Gen Con a couple years ago. We played Red Dragon Inn, I think is the game him and I believe his son was teaching me how to play. And, he's one of the regular listeners to our podcast. So, obviously I know him, but I'm still happy to chat with anybody. Dragon and Flagon, that was it. Okay. That's the one where it's like a big fight and we all have the different characters and we move around and like pick up things and hit each other with them. It was fun. So have you picked up any new board games? Because we haven't played, I don't think, in a while. So is there any new board games in your library that you're excited about that you would play with me if we could? Whoops. Come on. That was silly of me. Oh, nice. Well, the Catacon game library and Michael's personal game library are basically the same thing. So, there's still a lot of huge holes in my library, but looking pretty good. So I've been playing Oh, 11 to 12 hours? Oh, yeah. Then no, don't worry about it. Don't. Yeah. Appreciate your support, no matter whether it's actual money or just a tweet for us or just good feelings. Appreciate that. But yeah, I don't think I would drive 11 to 12 hours to a catacon. It's my event. New car, always a good time. Hopefully well earned. So I'm trying to think if there's anything in particular, because I moved again. I mentioned that like 1,000 times. I'm sure people are tired of me talking about it. So I don't have a gaming group local like I used to. We've been trying to do some stuff. I guess that's actually the what I can talk about a little bit. Welcome back, the Foxblade. Happy to have you with me as well. Is I played Zombicide on Tabletop Simulator last week. We played the tutorial. Mostly was just to figure out how everything worked, and it pretty much works. It looks kind of cool. It's got some cool functionality. It's still obviously not exactly the same as actually playing the game, but it worked pretty well. I was pretty happy with it. So I think we're going to try to make that semi-regular. It's not going to be like an every week gaming group thing, but hopefully more than like once a month. And again, I mentioned that to the Foxblade last week. If you join our Discord, we do try to organize some gaming, whether it be RPGs, one shots, and now this tabletop simulator through the Discord. And then I just recently started replaying Icewind Dale on Steam, and it's got obviously online multiplayer. So if anybody would like to jump into a game of that, I'd be happy to try to organize that as well. So I got Zombicide. I don't think I got to the Kickstarter. I think I bought it retail, or maybe I don't know. I probably got it off the internet several years ago because I'm always looking for games that I can play with my wife. She's not into gaming like I am, but there's a few games that she enjoys. She really likes Pandemic. That's actually probably her favorite game that we play. And for Christmas, I got her Pandemic Legacy, and we were going to start playing it with her sister and brother-in-law, or her sister and her sister's husband, which would be her brother-in-law. But he did not really want to play. He was just there for his wife. So we did like a test game where we just played the regular version, and yeah, he was basically just sitting there telling us like, move me or what should I do? Like he didn't engage with the game whatsoever. So now we're just trying to figure out if we just want to play it just the two of us, or maybe bring just her sister in because she does enjoy it. She really likes the game, and then just have him sit like a lump of coal on the couch. I guess I shouldn't be mean. He's a nice guy, but I don't know. I guess again, if you're coming there because your wife wants to, I get that, but but engage with the game. Okay, I've not been paying attention, and Loki's about to die, so let's work on that. I do like, at least I'll say that the components for the legacy version are very nice. So even just like when we play it regularly now, that's probably the version I'll play. And I also have Cthulhu Pandemic, which was I've only played it once, but it was fun. With my kids, we like to play Forbidden Island. That's one of their favorite games. It's funny though, like it's co-op, but I still have to explain it's co-op because like they don't want to work together necessarily. They each want to get the treasure for themselves, so they're a little bit like I guess greedy a little bit about it. Like they want to be the one that gets the treasure. So sometimes I have to step in and be like, but the point is that we all win together. And then King of Tokyo is probably their favorite game. They really like that one. We play Sorrow. I like that one with them because it's just quick and easy. Jacob really likes Batman Love Letter. He and I will play that for like hours, just back and forth. So that's a really fun game for us to play. But I'm always looking for games that are just a little bit more complex. Like I've tried to play Hanabi with John Gabriel, and he did better than I had any expectation that he would, but it also still wasn't, the experience I'm looking for. So maybe not quite there for that one yet. But there's a couple of games kickstartering right now that I'm looking at. The Marvel United and the Batman animated series game, which looks to be very similar to the Gotham City Chronicles game, but this looks a little lighter. There's just not quite as many rules, but it does involve minis. And, I've started getting into painting minis. I'm not good at it. I don't do a lot of it, but it's fun. And I think that might be something else I could do maybe with John Gabriel. So a large portion of my gaming life currently revolves around trying to find games that I like to play that I think my kids and my wife will also play. Speaking of that, we started playing D&D 5e together. I got the Essentials box set, and we've been playing through the adventure that comes in. Was Ice Spire Peak or something? I can't remember right now, but they're having fun with that. It's again playing D&D with kids their age is an experience, but it's fun. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what the name of that Peg Inc. I don't know what that is. Excuse me. Oh, apologies. Hopefully I turned it far enough away that that didn't kill anybody's ears. Oh, Plague Inc. Okay. Still don't know what that is though, so feel free to let me know. Either you can tell me or if you want to drop a link. Though I think I have chat so that it won't actually let you put links in. I'm still new at this and not a lot of people watch, so I haven't done as much research on it as I probably should. All right, if nothing else, I'll Google it here when I'm done with this. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure that was probably part of my thought. Like that's I'm still new at this overall, so I'm happy to have anybody watching, but I am a little worried that somebody's gonna drop in and just be a complete jerk. Hasn't happened yet though, so fingers crossed. Also, this week we're going to try to do detention. That's the plan. Again, I've lamented about how bad my internet is here, but it's worked well enough for these streams. I think this is like the 7th stream I've done now, and we've had one that got wonky and it actually cut in and out so bad that it ended up making 2 episodes in Twitch. Like we literally disconnected and came back. But I've also done these in the morning, so I always do these around 9:30 is what time I kick these off. And I'm a little bit, maybe if there's a lot of traffic on the internet, that might be sucking up bandwidth. I don't really know how it works, but the plan is we're going to try detention again. So this Wednesday, 9 p.m., we're going to try detention, and fingers crossed it works, and we'll keep going. One of the changes we're going to make, which I don't know if we're going to have time to implement it, is we're going to change up the improv games a little bit, so they're not going to be the same ones every time. What my goal is, I want to get a list of like 12 of them, and then we'll roll a d12, and whichever one lands is the one that we'll do at that time. A couple weeks ago, when they were supposed to play Ghosts of Saltmarsh, one of the players wasn't able to make it. Another player had already said he wasn't going to make it, so it was just Jake and Tom. So rather than running the game or just canceling, they did an impromptu detention, and Jake grew up in the theater. He's very familiar with a lot of the improv games. So he showed Tom a couple new ones. And when I was editing that episode, which I believe it is out on the regular feed if anyone's interested, it was sounding like a lot of fun. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe change them up. So I think at this point we've got 4 already. And I'm sure there's a bunch more. But we're going to go through and try to come up with a list. But I don't know if we'll do that by this week. We finished up our trial of Beam Saber. So that the final episodes came out yesterday and today. So Where My Finger's Been and 10 Things are the 2 standards that we've pretty much been doing the whole time. And so they did questions, which is where you basically try to keep the scene going, but all you can do is ask questions. So again, if you ever watched the show Whose Line Is It Anyway, you're probably familiar with some of those, but basically you just try to keep the scene going as long as you can, but you can only answer questions by asking new questions. And then they did one called, I think it's called Alphabet or A to Z, and you try to keep a scene going, but each statement that you go back and forth between the hosts, and each statement has to begin with the new letter of the alphabet. So like, hey, how you been? Back in town. See you later, sort of a thing. So C starts with S, but I said it. See you later. There you go. So you have to go back and forth, trying to start off your statements with the first letter of the subsequent letter of the alphabet. I'm saying that horrible, but hopefully you know what I mean. And so both of those were really fun listening to them. So thinking about just changing it up a little bit. So we're still definitely going to do the improv games because that is what seems to be a lot of people's favorite parts. But we're just going to add a little variety. And I like connecting it to a die roll because that, again, kind of circles back to the whole role-playing game aspect of it. Ooh. See where we're at. I should have... All right, so 49 more experience, and I'll go buy some spells. But yeah, the D&D game with the boys has been fun. They're a little competitive more than I would like. Again, I think I mentioned they were competitive in Forbidden Island, so it shouldn't surprise me. But just by luck of the draw, Jacob ended up getting like more magic items than John did in the first session, and he didn't get he didn't flip the table and cry and walk away, but he was upset that Jakey got more and he wouldn't share. So Jacob had enough that he could have given John Gabriel one and evened it out, and Jacob refused. So I added in a little twist to give John not really a bonus magic item. I gave him a little story point, hopefully to try to make up for it. But we played 2 sessions so far. I'm supposed to play the third anytime, but the youngest is sick with a flu, which is not fun. So probably won't be playing this week. Whoops, I may have miscalculated there. Let's see here. Yeah, they're not quite old enough for Stranger Things yet, I don't think. Though, to be honest, I don't know. We may have watched it with them. I don't remember. Um, John Gabriel's 10, and Jacob will be 9 here in a couple months. Yeah, cool. But a little bit of a waste. But John's all into Minecraft. That's his thing right now. He loves watching Minecraft videos, playing Minecraft. Jacob's more of a Fortnite kid that he doesn't get to play it a whole lot. But that's their thing. I got for a while. I was getting them to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance with me, but they both got tired of it before I did. Oh yeah, he loves Fortnite. I don't know that he truly understands it. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit because he watches videos on it, so he's watched people play it and talk about it. So he probably knows more about it than I think he does. But yeah, he really likes that. Occasionally, I'll play Minecraft with John Gabriel, but I don't know. I do enjoy it, but I just like to dig. I just like to try to go in and dig out a big cavern and just I don't know. It's almost like therapeutic in a way to just sort of lose my mind and just dig out and try to make it look pretty and organized. And he's constantly like, "Let's start a new world." So everything I've ever built, he just instantly would just start over. He wants to. I don't. I don't exactly know what he's trying to accomplish, but there's worse games to play. I mean, I do consider Minecraft in some ways it's somewhat educational and just it's creative. It's not just like mindless. So I'm not going to complain too much. Oh, no, no, I can't. Excuse me. So let's get Fire 2. So Astroneer, Space Minecraft, question mark? Farm, yes. What level am I now? 7? Alrighty. That could be cool. I will look into it. So there's I don't think it's a cheat, but there's like an exploit in this game, I guess. There's a strategy that I have employed to like level really quickly. Kind of cheating, I guess, but I don't know. I still will do it. Um, I don't know if I'm high enough level to survive it, so I might wait one more level before I do. We'll see how I'm feeling. Uh, well, hello, JT Thunderific. Happy to have you with us as well. Excuse me. That's Taylor. Taylor Labresh. All right. So let's try it. It'll be fun. And I probably will die horribly, but maybe I'll get lucky. So actually, I think I will save that for another day. So the last thing we'll do is this. I tried to do this last time and I forgot how it worked. There's a bonus mini puzzle game built into this game that I remember playing as a kid, but I couldn't remember how to get into it. So basically, this is a number puzzle where you got to put the numbers in order. And I used to be really good at these. So basically, one goes there, and I got to get the 2. See, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I got to figure out how to get 6 over here. Now we got to find 7. Oops. I think I may have done this backwards. Hmm. Whoops. All right, I may have got myself in trouble here. I said I hope I qualified. I used to be good at these. I think you get like a little bonus if you complete it, like a little treasure bump or something. Hmm. Got that 15 stuck in there, and I'm not sure how to get it out. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Oops. Oh, all right. Enough of that. All right. Wow. Been a while. I'm gonna try that again a little bit later, but that was taking a little longer than I had hoped. So let's get back to this other town, and then I'll probably call it there for the day, and then I'll do my quote unquote exploit next time, see if it works. The basics of it. Again, it's not like it's crazy complicated, but over by the next island, there is a place on that section of map that if you walk to it, the creatures there are way tougher than what we should be fighting at this level. Much, much, much tougher. But it's random. If you get lucky, you can get some undead trolls or undead like minotaurs, zombtars or whatever they're called, which are very susceptible to fire, and they're undead, so they're susceptible to the harm spell that my white wizard has. So if you walk around, you get lucky, then you can basically take out several creatures that are much tougher than you're supposed to be fighting, and you can gain levels really quickly. Not unusual. First time you do it to gain like 2 levels at one time. And from the pretty much you can get up to like level 22, 23 in just like an hour. And then from then on, you just go through the game and you're tough enough that you can't walk through the rest of the game, but you will level as you go, and it just makes the rest of the game much much easier. So I don't consider it a true cheat because I'm not just putting in a code and make myself tougher, but it's like an exploit in the game. If you get to the right place and you get lucky, then you can come out way ahead. So for that, I guess I'll go ahead and sign off now. So thank you everyone for joining. This was our most active chat yet. The plan is to do this every Monday through Friday around 9:30 to 10, just a short half hour. Eventually, I want to get through this entire game. Once I do, happy to talk about what game we can play next. Mine probably would be Legend of Zelda, again, original Nintendo, or the original Metroid. Legend of Zelda, I know very well, probably even better than Final Fantasy. The Metroid, I don't remember very much. So there's a good chance that would be just like watching me flounder around, which might be fun. I don't know. But thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.